Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Cooking with the Robies. I am so glad to have you here with us today because we are diving into something truly special. You know, Las Vegas is famous for its bright lights, its incredible shows, and its world-class dining. But what you might not know is that it is also home to some of the most amazing fried chicken you'll ever taste. Today, I am pulling back the curtain and sharing our family's secret recipe for what we believe is the best fried chicken in Las Vegas. This isn't just a recipe. It's a legacy of flavor, passed down and perfected over generations. It's that crispy, juicy, perfectly seasoned chicken that makes you close your eyes and just savor the moment. So, if you're ready to bring a taste of Vegas magic right into your own kitchen, stick around. We're about to make some serious culinary magic happen. Let's get cooking. All right, let's talk about the star of our show, the chicken. The foundation of any great fried chicken is, of course, the quality of the bird itself. For this recipe, we're using a whole young fryer chicken, about 3 to 4 pounds. I find that a whole chicken gives you the best variety of pieces. You get the juicy thighs, the tender breasts, the wings, everything. We're going to break it down ourselves into 8 pieces, 2 drumsticks, 2 thighs, 2 wings, and we'll cut each breast in half. Taking the time to butcher it yourself gives you more control over the size of the pieces, ensuring they all cook evenly. If you're short on time, you can absolutely buy pre-cut chicken parts, but make sure they're fresh and high quality. You want pieces that are plump and have a nice, healthy color. Remember, great ingredients are the first step to a great meal. So get your chicken ready, and let's move on to the most crucial part, the marinade. Now, this is where the real flavor journey begins. A lot of people think fried chicken is all about the crust, but for us, it starts way before that. It starts Orasui Kalit flavor bath. This is what's going to make our chicken incredibly juicy and seasoned from the inside out. In this large bowl, I have 1 quart of buttermilk. Buttermilk is a game changer. Its acidity helps to tenderize the chicken, making it unbelievably succulent. To this, we're adding 2 tablespoons of salt. This is essential for the brining process. And now, for our secret weapon, a whole tablespoon of hot sauce. Don't worry, it won't make the chicken fiery hot. It just adds a subtle, complex tang and depth of flavor that really wakes everything up. We're just going to give that a good whisk until the salt is dissolved. Now, take your chicken pieces and submerge them completely in this buttermilk mixture. Make sure every single piece is covered. We're going to cover this bowl and let it hang out in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. But honestly, overnight is even better. This is not a step you want to rush. Trust me, the longer it marinates, the more flavorful and tender your chicken will be. This is the patience that separates good fried chicken from legendary fried chicken. Okay, our chicken has had its luxurious spa day in the buttermilk brine. And it's time to talk about the second layer of flavor, the dredge. This is what will create that iconic, crispy, crunchy crust that everyone craves. In this large, shallow dish, we're going to build our seasoned flour. We'll start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. This is the base that gives us that classic texture. Now, let's load it up with flavor. We're adding a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. This is a little pro tip. Cornstarch helps make the crust extra crispy and keeps it from getting greasy. For the seasonings, we're going big. We've got 2 tablespoons of paprika. This will give it a beautiful color and a smoky sweetness. Then, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder and 1 tablespoon of onion powder for that savory foundation. A tablespoon of black pepper for a little kick. And finally, 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. You can adjust this based on your heat preference, but this amount gives it a gentle warmth without being overwhelming. Whisk all of these dry ingredients together thoroughly. You want to see all those spices evenly distributed throughout the flour. This seasoned dredge is going to cling to our marinated chicken and create a crust that is just bursting with flavor. All right, the moment of truth is getting closer. We've brined our chicken, we've mixed our seasoned flour, and now it's time to bring them together. The key to a perfect crust is a good coating process. Here's how we do it. Take a piece of chicken straight from the buttermilk marinade and let any excess drip off for a second. You want it moist, but not sopping wet. Now, place it directly into our seasoned flour mixture. Use your other hand, your dry hand, to scoop the flour over the chicken, pressing it down firmly. Make sure you get into all the nooks and crannies. You want every single bit of that chicken to be coated. This is where you build the foundation for that craggy, crispy texture. Once it's thoroughly coated, give it a gentle shake to remove any loose flour. Now, here's an important step for an extra crispy crust. We're going to double dip. Take that floured piece of chicken and dunk it right back into the buttermilk brine for just a second, then let the excess drip off again. Then, it goes back into the flour for a second coating. Really press that flour on there. This double dredging technique creates layers, and those layers are what fry up into that amazing, ultra-crunchy crust. Place the coated chicken on a wire rack and let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. This allows the coating to set and adhere to the chicken so it won't fall off in the fryer. Now, let's talk about the frying process. This can be intimidating for some, but I promise, with a few key techniques, you'll be frying like a pro. The most important factor is your oil temperature. We're using a large, heavy-bottomed pot or a Dutch oven, filled with about 2-3 inches of a neutral oil with a high smoke point, like vegetable, canola, or peanut oil. We need to heat our oil to exactly 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or 175 degrees Celsius. An instant read or candy thermometer is your best friend here. If the oil is too hot, the crust will burn before the chicken is cooked through. If it's too cool, the chicken will absorb too much oil and become greasy. So, maintaining that 350-degree sweet spot is crucial. Once your oil is at temperature, it's time to fry. Gently place your chicken pieces into the hot oil, making sure not to overcrowd the pot. Overcrowding will drop the oil temperature and steam the chicken instead of frying it. Work in batches. We're going to fry for about 6 to 8 minutes on each side. Zedakmea, like thighs and drumsticks, will take a bit longer than the white meat, like the breasts and wings. So, the chicken is sizzling away, and the kitchen smells absolutely incredible. While it's frying, you need to be a bit of a temperature detective. The temperature of the oil will naturally drop when you add the chicken, so you'll need to adjust the heat on your stove to keep it hovering around that 325 to 350 degree range. Keep a close eye on your thermometer. After about 6 to 8 minutes, use a pair of tongs to carefully flip the chicken pieces over. Look at that beautiful golden brown color starting to develop. That's what we're looking for. Continue frying on the other side. The chicken is done when the crust is a deep, golden brown and crispy all over, and an instant read thermometer inserted into the thickest part of the meat. Without touching the bone reads 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. This is the safest and most accurate way to ensure your chicken is perfectly cooked, juicy, and safe to eat. Don't just rely on timing, use a thermometer. Once it's done, use your tongs to remove the chicken from the oil and let it drain on a clean wire rack. Don't place it on paper towels, as that can trap steam and make the bottom of your crust soggy. The wire rack allows air to circulate, keeping it crispy all around. And while it's still hot, give it just a tiny sprinkle of salt. Look at this masterpiece. Perfectly golden, unbelievably crispy, And I can tell you, the aroma is just out of this world. This is the best fried chicken in Las Vegas, made right here in our kitchen. Just listen to that crunch. And when you bite into it, you get that explosion of juice from the buttermilk brine. And the flavor from all those spices in the crust just dances on your tongue. It's savory. It's a little bit spicy. It's everything you want fried chicken to be. We love to serve this with some classic sides like creamy mashed potatoes, a tangy coleslaw, or some buttery cornbread. But honestly, this chick is a star on its own. Making this recipe is more than just cooking. It's about creating an experience, a memory. It's the kind of food that brings people together and makes them happy. I am so thrilled I could share this special family recipe with all of you today. I hope you give it a try and bring a little bit of that Las Vegas flavor and Roby family love into your own home. Thank you so much for joining us again on Cooking with the Robies. It truly means the world to us to have you cooking along with us. If you enjoyed this recipe and you want to see more of our family favorites, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps our channel out. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss a delicious new video. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let us know if you try this recipe or what your favorite fried chicken memories are. From our kitchen to yours, happy cooking, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe and eat well.